welcome back. How the heck are you, man? It's been a while for people. A few people have seen me around and asked me about the podcast because it has been a while since I've done one. It's been 7 weeks, man. I just had a look at the date that I published my last podcast, 22nd of July. It's been like 7 weeks, man, which is the longest period of time I've been without doing a podcast since I started the damn thing, 2018. So it's been a minute, man. Sometimes life just gets complicated. So we're back now, and I just wanted to get one in the books. Plenty's happened, plenty going on. Where do I start? First of all, I think I probably mentioned last time we had the podcast that my wife was away. She was away for like 6 weeks, just for some medical stuff. She went down here to get some stuff sorted down in Perth, and ended up being a longer trip than was expected. It was going to be like 2 weeks and blew out to 6 weeks. So we went down and visited her during that period, and then came back up, and I obviously had the kids and was working full time as well. And yeah, it started to get on top of me a little bit. My parents came up and helped out for a couple of weeks, which was absolutely an absolute godsend. I was like, I thought I had it under control until I got some help, and then I realised how much I needed help. I was slowly drowning, I think. So man, massive shout out, massive hats off to single parents, man, especially if you're doing it and you're working as well. That's harder than people give and get credit for. So shout out to the single parents out there, man. I really feel for you. Just doing it for 6 weeks, So and that happened, and then I got promoted at work. So there's a bit more responsibility to take on there, which happened sort of at a really chaotic time. I was not expecting it. I wasn't looking for it or expecting it. So that kind of just came out of nowhere. Added a little bit more pressure on top, and then I think I got a bit depressed as well, because the wife was away for a long period of time, and all the routines sort of fell apart. And it was obviously she was going through a rough time, which affects all of us in the family. So that probably started to wear on me a little bit, and I think that I did a fair bit of like soul searching during the period, I guess. And I think that when I'm like depressed, I don't get depression, but when I get depressed down for a period of time, I think like if you saw me around during the day, you wouldn't know. I'd just be sort of myself, more or less. But I get like lethargic. I can't be bothered doing the things that I normally want to do, things that interest me, and like at the end of the day, I just have no energy. So I get up and I can start my day all right, and I get through my work, and as I said, I chat to people at work and see people around the place, and hey, how you going? And it's all good. And it's funny because I am happy during the day, like when I see people, when I'm feeling like that. It's not like you're just putting on a brave face. It's not really what it is. You feel all right in those moments. Hey, things are funny, you laugh, and you see something that's interesting, and oh yeah, that's cool. But there's this underlying like, something's weighing on you, and I think you carry that like subconsciously with you through the day. Or this is me, I carry it like subconsciously with me through the day, and that takes energy. And then come the end of the day, I'd be really just wrecked. Couldn't be bothered doing the things I'd normally do. And then on the weekend, same. Like it was like you've been doing that cycle all week. On the weekends, it was just, oh man, I can't be bothered doing anything. So, like a lot of hobbies and that fell off. And then even though I'm coming good now, the new role at work added some stress, or not just the new role, but just some specific jobs I had on added stress. So wife was away, and then I got the promotion, which sort of added another layer to what I'm doing at work, and then there was got depressed there for a little while, I think, and drained me, and then the stress from work. So I've just been kind of otherwise disposed, and just haven't been able to, because doing a podcast, I could definitely find the time, half an hour to an hour, to knock something together, but I couldn't find the mental energy to do it. It's not like you can just, it's not like when you're studying for, because I'm studying at the moment to do doing a diploma, and I can make that happen. I can go, all right, here's 2 hours of time to do this, a couple of assignments I have to do, and you don't have to be excited for that. You don't have to get up for it. You just start doing the work, like your real job. You just start doing the work, and you just get through it. But you can't really do that with the podcast. No one wants to sit here and listen to you just talking like this, and you don't really want to speak, you don't feel like being here, and I think that would kind of come off like pretty boring if you were to try and do a podcast like that. So you can't just wing it. You can't just go, all right, I'm going to half an hour aside and I'm going to do a podcast. You kind of got to get up for it mentally, which is what I couldn't do. And a lot of things fell off, man. I do feel like I'm coming out the other side now, with that, I'm coming out the other side of it. But now I've got rebuild the habits. Got to rebuild good habits I was working on, because they've dropped off. I did no pods for 7 weeks there. No YouTube videos for a while. I haven't done any YouTube videos. I do have a little bit of footage I finally started putting together again a couple of weeks back, but no YouTube vids. Not many Instagram posts. I was really working hard on that for most of the year, trying to be pretty consistent on there, and putting a lot of effort into the content I was putting up there. A lot of effort for the time that I had to spend on it. And basically that really dropped off. Same thing as the podcast. Just didn't feel like putting myself out there. Didn't feel like creating. Didn't feel like I had anything that I wanted to share a lot of the time. I think I shared a video specifically about feeling kind of depressed and a bit down. I thought that was just probably the honest thing to do. I felt like I can't just not share at all because I'm feeling shit. I should share that. But really, I'm still writing a couple of nights a week, which is something I'm trying to do 5 nights a week, and I'm doing it maybe once a week, so that was sort of still happening just. But really just a lot of that stuff just dropped off, man, and I do think I'm coming out the other side now, which is good, which is bloody good. But it's hasn't been that long of a period of time, but it feels like it's been going on for a long time. And it's a long time to not do something that you love. So I'm out of practice. I'm back here now. There's plenty to talk about. I won't talk about everything in one hit, because that's a long period of time to cover off. But man, I think on a brighter side of things, I'm in that period where I haven't been creating anything really. I haven't been doing any podcasts. I have been doing some sort of personal growth type stuff. Listening sort of the books I hadn't really been listening to many books lately this year. I've done a couple, but nothing, not too many. So I got a pretty good book that was helping me identify and work on some flaws in myself, and also had time to really reset and recalibrate some pretty specific and pretty big goals that we had as a family. But it was really, I was the only one that was sort of actually physically trying to work towards those goals. So I think that's another positive that we've got out of this last couple of month period, is that I feel like as a family, me and my wife have refocused together on a common goal now, and are doing things, taking steps to put that that goal I plan to reach that goal into action. So we're actually working towards the same common goal for the first time in a long time, which is something that's pretty positive. So we readjusted and solidified some things dreams that I'd been keeping alive, but there weren't really a common goal between us. So that's cool. That's a positive, man. That's a pretty big positive, actually, if you really step back and take a step back and think about that one. We hadn't had that for a while. So yeah, and like I said, my personal growth has sort of been a bit of a priority. There's a lot of habits and trends in my own life that were starting to creep back in that I've probably worked pretty hard to change and to get rid of over the past 15 years, 20 years of my life. So I think I caught a few of those things coming back into who I am, that I don't want to be in there, and made a conscious effort to clean those things up, which is just a funny thing. Like, if you're my age, which we'll get to in a minute because that's just recently changed, if you're my age, you have the benefit of having lived a couple of different lives already. Possibly I have, for sure. But when you're young, it's funny, you see someone and you think that someone is just who they are. But me 20 years ago, a completely different person to who I am now. A completely different person. Probably had the same like personality traits to an extent, but and maybe some of the same core like values. But even those have developed and changed over the years a lot. But maybe some of the real core ones are still in there. But like who you are, as in how you deal with situations, how you treat people, how compassionate you are, the way you think about other people and situations, like all those things change so drastically. And so it's funny, if you think about someone you knew at high school or just after high school, and you think if you bumped into that person again now, you feel like you know who they are because you knew them 20 years ago. But I mean, if they've done the right things in life, they should have grown. They're a completely different person, which is, I think, the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to reinvent yourself and redevelop and grow. But so I'd caught some of those old me traits starting to creep back in, just due to circumstances I had let creep and get out of hand. And I really got a chance to take a step back and go, hang on, man, are these the trends, and are these personality traits, and are these things that you want to allow back into like your persona, into your life, into who you are? So I got a chance to catch some of those and clean them up, which was good. It's another big positive, man, because they can really just creep up on you, and then all of a sudden you take a step back and look at who you are and you think, this is not the dude. This is not the dude I want to be. And I was starting to feel like that way about myself. So I feel that was a good chance to clean those up as well, man. I think the fitness has kept me going. My health, I've been pretty consistent, very consistent on that. Actually, this year's probably been the healthiest and most consistent I've ever been as far as diet and routine, and listening to my body and moving things around as things start to hurt and changing it up, and training with a lot less ego, like just not having to push myself in certain directions or for certain results in a certain way because my ego wanted me to. Like, I'm just listening to my body and learning how to give myself a rest here and shift gears and change it up and change the way I exercise, but really just keeping consistency up, which is the main thing. So the diet and consistency. And I imagine when I look back at having a rough time and the fact that I have managed to keep my health as a priority, I imagine that when you let that slip, that must be a lot worse for me. My mental health is so strongly connected to my physical health that I just imagine letting yourself go. If people who are in a bad place, a dark place, and then they let themselves go, and then they take a step back and look at themselves in a certain period of time, that must suck, man. That must be hard, and it must compound the issues that you have on top of your physical well-being as well. So I'm super healthy super happy to have kept my health as a priority. Sometimes that's really hard to do, man. You got to really make a lot of other sacrifices sometimes to just do that. But I think it's one of the things that really does pay off, especially when you get into, I'm at the pointy end of 30 now. So it's Saturday the 10th, 4 days ago, Tuesday the 9th, Tuesday the 6th of the 9th, I turned 39. 39, man. Like, I've been calling myself 39 for a while, but now that I'm actually 39, it's like, damn. Next one's 40. The next one is 40, man. I never imagined myself as a 40-year-old man. I haven't even stopped and stepped back to think about it that much, but I'm gonna be 40 as fuck next year, man. I'm not a 40-year-old dude. What the fuck? Have a look at me. I'm not 40 in the mind. I hope I don't look 40. Maybe my forehead's starting to look fucking 40. Starting to peel back. I swear I gain an extra couple of mil every week. Extra centimetre or a year on my forehead, man, which is probably where it's showing the most. But yeah, I'll be 40 as all fuck next year. So there's that. And so for me, keeping healthy is super important in this stage of my life, man. I want to keep that health running for as long as I can. I'm gonna take advantage of all the perks of modern medical science that I can moving forward to keep this train running until it falls off the tracks. It's funny I feel like I'm starting to get better at hitting the balance between making health a priority and not being obsessed with it, because you can fall into that obsession, especially if you're listening to people in the industry and you're surrounding yourself with people who are sort of like-minded. You can get in this feedback loop where like you get obsessed with exercise and training and physique and all that sort of stuff. So I've definitely been like that at times in my life, and you feel like it's not ideal. So I feel like I'm starting to kind of hit that. I'm sort of trying to hit that balance a little bit better as I get older. I hope so. I feel like I am. I think I mentioned before the diploma I'm doing my diploma of building and construction to get my builder's ticket. So I'm like 1.5 units away from finishing that. The deadline is for the end of October, which I should make as long as I stay consistent. But that's also taken up a lot of my time as well. So on the weekends, when I do have a spare couple of hours, not even a spare couple of hours, but if I'm able to put a couple of hours away for something, it's kind of got to be the diploma now, because I'm out of weekends to fuck around with this thing. And that, coupled with the soccer on Friday night, we finally just did soccer presentations last night to wrap that up. I mean, that bitch started back at the start of term 3. It's a long haul soccer season, man. It really goes on. You get your money's worth, that's for sure. But you can't go away on Friday nights, not if you're the coach, which I was. So that's finally wrapped up last night. It was good to see all the kids down there, and they all got trophies, and I had to give a couple of awards away, which was a little tricky, but I think I managed to give it to the right kids. It was nice to see them all down there, and we were a team at the end of the season, which was cool. But man, it takes up a lot of your time, a lot of energy, and those people who live for that sort of stuff, I guess they are just a different breed to me, man. I said to some random mum at the school open thing on Tuesday night this week, Thursday. There's people doing like the hot dog, hey, sausage sizzle at the school on their fucking Thursday evening, and I'm just like, man, these people are saints. Like, there's always those people who are running like charity events and like cooking sausages and volunteering for the local sports club, and those people are built different to me, man. I couldn't do that with my fucking time. couldn't. I would resent it so much. But you know, you need them people for those things to happen. So God bless them. I'm not one of them, but I did volunteer to be a coach this year, and it was good, and it was really positive to see my boy get involved, and that's sort of why I did it. I'm not sure I'd do it again next year. It was kind of rewarding, but I feel like I have enough avenues in my life to get reward from without having to give up that much of my time for that longer period of time. Saying that, I will, if they're struggling like they were this year and it's looking like they don't have enough coaches, I would reluctantly throw my hat in the ring just to make sure the whole damn thing can go ahead. But I won't be jumping out of my seat with my hand up saying pick me just to be a coach. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I mean, especially considering I don't even know the rules, man. They're going to be older next year. Had kids calling me out on rules and shit this year, and it was like, oh, you little mother. But like, they'll probably rewrite. So I'm in this position where it's like, oh, do I be pig-headed and just like stick with my call that was probably wrong, or do I listen to these kids? But then they're starting to try and run the game, so you've got to tread the fine line between, okay, yeah, I might have got that call wrong, and then also, oi, I'm the one with the whistle, punk, which I had to say. I didn't say punk, but I did say, hey, I'm the one with the whistle. I call the shots around here. I had to say that multiple times to little smart mouth little kids throughout the season. Yeah, man, far out. What else did we do? We didn't get much camping in this season because, you know, soccer and building diploma. So there's another season come and gone. I've got away a couple of times. Try and squeeze in another couple before the end of the year. We got away to Barn Hill a couple of weeks ago, which, you know, it was nice. I mean, go there if you're driving past. If you're heading up north, it's worth pulling in for a couple of nights for sure. But I mean, I wouldn't drive 5 hours out of my way to go there ever again. That's for damn sure. A long time, it's a long way. I didn't realise it was that far. It was nice, man. A lot of old people. No campfires, a lot of midgies. You're not allowed to drive down on the beach, even though we kind of did a little bit. There was a dog Nazi there who like fucking followed me around and told me all the rules about dogs, which was cool. Some fucking old Karen. Yeah, it was nice, man. 80 Mile Beach is nice, but you know you can't take dogs there either. So just that's such a fucking lame thing in a country as big as Australia, that it's so hard to take dogs places, man. Like I guess national parks, yeah, you gotta kind of all right, fair enough. National parks you can't take them, but there's so many other places you can't take them. Dogs should be welcome everywhere, man. Like, dogs are welcome in cities. People take them to restaurants and cafes and shit. People have support animals go on airplanes with them. You can't take your dog to a fucking station or to a caravan park. Like, it's like far out, man. Like, I get it, some people have mongrel dogs, but you just need to police the dogs better and you know, give people a chance, because there's a lot of people with great travel companions and they make it really hard for you to go. You're in the middle of the fucking nowhere, hours from anywhere else in the desert, and there's some fucking old rundown station caravan park thing. You're not allowed your dog there. It's like, the fuck? This is fucking huge outback down under country, and you can't take your dogs anywhere. So that's got knobs on it. But anyway, just another qualm for another day. But man, here's to moving forward. Has been an interesting time. I do feel like I'm coming out the other side of it. You know, we're in the interesting part of the year. It's finals footy. There's a couple of good UFCs on. There's a good UFC on tomorrow, UFC 279. And then, you know, not too long away we've got Halloween. Kids love that one, and it's all downhill from here, man. It'll start getting hot. It'll start getting hot as balls, and you know, the Christmas period coming up. So we're trying to get our shit together to get a caravan sorted, like soon, like very soon. Hopefully we'll see some things move this week actually, because there's a couple of things happening in the background. If we can get a caravan sorted in the near future, then we should be doing Christmas down at Denmark, which we haven't done for a few years, which I love. I'd love to go back down there without the camper trailer this time. We did it in the camper trailer twice. I'd love to go back down there in a caravan and get one of the big nice spots under the trees there. Beach nearby, they've got wineries down there, brewery, you can drive to Albany, which we never did the other times we were down there. I'd love it. I'd be keen as hell to go down to Denmark for Christmas again, man. That one's really starting to, you know, what are we, September now? It's, you know, October, November, December, man. Like we're 3.5 months away from Christmas. That's pretty bloody exciting. Look, I think I might wrap this up just with by reading one more outtake. I think I did this the last couple of podcasts, read some outtakes out of some of the short stories I was putting together.